Special Powers Act extended in 9 districts and 16 police stations under 4 districts of Nagaland for another 6 months, while 3 districts along with 2 police stations of Namsai district of Arunachal Pradesh also remains as disturbed areas under the Act. Standoff between All Nagaland Ad Hoc Teachers Group 2015 and Department of School Education continues, with agitating teachers declining government's offer to form a high-powered committee to resolve the matter. Earlier formation of HPC was agreed in discussion between State Chief Secretary, department authorities and core committee of agitating teachers and All Nagaland State Teachers Association officials. Over impasse between All Nagaland Ad Hoc Teachers Group 2015 and the state government, Naga Students Federation calls for an early solution of the issue, keeping the interest of students in mind. NSF also seek government for the negligence on the part to meet the demand of aggrieved teachers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday launches the much-awaited 5G services at 6th edition of India Mobile Congress 2022 at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi. The newly launched 5G services will be available in 13 Indian cities after Diwali. India abstains in the UN Security Council vote condemning Russia's annexation of Ukraine's region. India says it is deeply disturbed by the recent turn of developments in Ukraine and stresses that dialogue is only answer to settle differences and disputes. Welcome to Nagaland TV. You're watching English Primetime News. I am Yashira, and now the news in detail. The Union Home Ministry on Friday extended the Armed Forces Special Powers Act for another 6 months in 9 districts and areas, falling under 16 police stations in 4 other districts in Nagaland with immediate effect from 1st October. The Ministry of Home Affairs informed it via a notification on September 30. The 9 districts in Nagaland are Dimapur, Newland, Chumukadima, Mon, Kifere, Noklak, Fek, Perin and Zunheboto. The extension will also be applicable in areas falling under 16 police stations in 4 districts that are Kohima, Mokokchung, Longleng and Bokha. These areas have been declared as disturbed areas for a period of 6 months. Earlier on March 31, the Union Home Minister Amit Shah had announced that the operation of AFSPA would be reduced from April 1 in Nagaland, Assam and Manipur, despite calls from many political parties and NGOs to repeal the Act. The demand became more pressing after the security forces killed 14 people and injured 30 others in Nagaland's Mon district in December 2021 in a case of mistaken identity. Controversial AFSPA has already been abolished in Tripura in 2015, in 2018 in Meghalaya and in the 1980s in Mizoram. The standoff between the Department of School Education and the All Nagaland Ad Hoc Teachers Group 2015 has persisted since the protesting teachers have become more adamant about rejecting the state government's offer to establish a high-powered committee. On Friday, the core committee of the striking teachers and representatives from the All Nagaland State Teachers Association came to an agreement on the offer to establish the HPC after a discussion lasting more than 5 hours. However, after the meeting with the government representatives, when the agreement was read aloud before the General Assembly by AFSPA President Kasheto Sumi, the angry teachers showed their extreme dissatisfaction. Speaking to members about the meeting's outcome, AFSPA President Sumi stated that both the government and the teachers had sought out the best possible resolution to resolve the earlier day standoff. He said that all the parties would profit from the agreement, which called for the government to establish high-powered committee within a month, during which it would research cases similar to this across the nation and then report back to the government with its findings within a year. The agitated protesters at the scene made the decision to keep going with their fast and rejected the government's offer. They argued that the only regularization of their services would be considered acceptable.
We are with us, you are supporting us, and you are standing for our command course. We are very thankful for all of these things. Please convey this to the government of Nagaland. We are not satisfied with the decision that you have taken tonight. Until and unless the government regularizes us, we are not going home. We will be not doing our duties in our schools. We are taking all the responsibilities. We are the youngsters. We are the nation builders. We are trying to uplift the young generations in a better way, but the government is not trying to give us something that will benefit us. But we are giving the best effort to the government. We are not doing only our school duties in our schools, but doing all the government official duties. That is electioneering duties, that is census duties, that is the school duties. Other than that, all government duties, we are giving our best effort to the government. Why not the government is giving us the best things to us? So please convey these words that we are not accepting the decisions tonight it was taken. Until and unless the government regularizes us, we are not going home. Thank you.
Respected President of AFSPA, Batch 2015 Office Press, we understand your contribution. We understand that you stand with us. But with deep regret, with due respect to you all, Arunachal 2015 laga sob na nambra request ekta. I mean that decision I cannot know. Let's take that decision together at least. This decision ase, AFSPA ase, Office Press ase, General ase. You should have at least consulted the General before taking decision.
As the hunger strike continues of the ad hoc teachers of Nagaland, the Naga Students Federation has appealed the teachers under the banner of All Nagaland Ad Hoc Teachers Group of the Batch 2015 to reconsider their mode of protest against the government's inaction to regularize their services. NSF further opined that the continued statement between the government and the group has only aggravated the situation, with the students' community in distress due to the absence of the teachers from their place of posting due to the ongoing agitation. Furthermore, the Federation through a release demanded the government and the Education Department to objectively look into the matter and bring desired solution at the earliest. It is to be mentioned that ANATG protest began on September 26 with 1,166 teachers whose appointments were made in between 1995 to 2012 against state-sanctioned posts on ad hoc basis, seeking regularization on services. Additional Secretary for the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, V. Hakali Jimomi, visited the medical college site at Free Bage, Kohima on Friday to assess the college's continuous progress. According to HNFW, Department IEC Bureau, the Additional Secretary and Assistant Secretary of MOH and W, Reena Hansak, held a review meeting at the site with State Health and Family Welfare Department officials under the chairmanship of Principal Director HNFW, Dr. K. Vikato Kinimi. Notably, Jimomi appreciated the department for its hard work on the medical college project during the meeting. The Tribal Old Age Home cum Daycare Center celebrated its 8th anniversary and International Day of Older Persons on the theme The Resilience and Contribution of Older Persons on Saturday at the center located in Thilihu village. The organization felicitated the elders by bringing them together around from Dimapur along with the elders of the center for their contribution towards social upliftment. It is to be mentioned that the organization is a foundation where elders get their space of time along with the daycare members taking care of each and every elders. The motive of the celebration is to spread awareness among the people to take out time from their busy schedules and spend time quality with their elders.
Care center laga kinika jonam baishe aru itudu kilaga concept te amikan shuru kurise aru amikan laga mission amikan laga goals ki ase aru amikan laga itu tribal old age home gam daycare center de functions aru activities ki ase itu ami ade jama kuri kina thakakan ke ulop janai de boli mon jai ase. Before I go into the concept, I would like to thank God for bringing us till this far. Isor laga murong, tay laga direction dehe, aji 8 years tak ami kange loy ginang ahanimide, buila lagi thunyabat diyase. Secondly, I would like to give thanks to Mrs. Tiakala Amri, who have received the vision.
A mental health awareness campaign of 10 days with the theme Make Mental Health and Well-Being for All Global Priority, Improving the World Throughout the World was launched in Dimapur at the Conference Hall of Deputy Commissioner of Dimapur on Saturday. During the program, Senior Medical Officer Dimapur Dr. Temsung Yenger shared some important points for the awareness of mental health among the people. It is to be mentioned that during the 10-day program, a prayer will be held for the kids with disability and also visit the police training school, Chumu, to highlight and spread awareness to the new recruits.
Morning, 10 a.m. we are having a program with the Social Welfare Department at the office of this District Welfare Officer. They have their monthly prayer meeting that day, so we will be joining the department and talk about mental health and give them the poster and the flyers that has been prepared by the department. On the 8th, together with the district administration of Chumul-Kedima district, we will have a very big, massive awareness program at the Chumul-Kedima Town Council Hall, where all the stakeholders who will make a difference in the area, in the district of Chumul-Kedima, will be invited through the initiative of the district administration of Chumul-Kedima district on the 8th of October. And on the 10th, we will be having our program on the World Mental Health Day together with the families and the caregivers in Chumul-Kedima area. The families who we have reached out through the community mental health program, we will be having a program with them, with the families and the caregivers. Morning.
District Welfare Office, in collaboration with the Office of Chief Medical Officer Mokukchung, on Saturday organized International Day of Older Persons under the theme The Resilience and Contribution of Older Women. Deputy Commissioner of Mokukchung, Shashank Pratap Singh, addressed the gathering at the event that different section of people need different requirements and attention, and elderly citizens need special care for their overall well-being. DC Singh highlighted that various schemes by Government of India to provide assistance to the elderly citizen, and Rashtriya Vivashri Yojana is one such scheme to provide help to the elderly citizens. In the event, Distinguished Senior Citizen Award was presented to Dr. Tiam Marinau and Temsumla Lamtur. District Welfare Officer Mokukchung Hebo Rio delivered the welcome address to encourage the senior participants. To mark the occasion, a medical camp was also held. The Minority Morcha of Bharatiya Janata Party of Mokukchung on Saturday organized a free health checkup and awareness camp on vaccination under the Seva Pakhwada campaign. Notably, the camp was held at the Bapu Jubu Amphitheatre in Ungma. It is to be mentioned that the health checkup camp was held for the people of Aung London constituency, where 5 doctors, including physiotherapists, helped the health checkup, whereby about 300 people were benefited. It may be mentioned that the Seva Pakhwada is a 15-day service activity program to honor Prime Minister Narendra Modi's birthday. International Day Program for Elder Persons, Junheboto District Unit in collaboration with Social Welfare Department and Legal Services Authorities Junheboto was held at Arunachal area, Gaoburaz Hall on Saturday at 10:30 a.m. under the theme The Resilience and Contribution of Older Women. Sub-Divisional Officer Joy Lohe of Arunachal during the program as the guest of honor lauded the senior citizen for taking the initiative and observing the day and further expressed his respect to them for taking care of the society and encouraged the senior citizens to be guiding force to the younger generation. It is to be mentioned that along with the Senior Citizen Award, a small amount of money was provided to the elders as a token of appreciation.
Apazana atyan ko shikava ke time kitiki khigewno society akwaho kitiki tuwa ine thulgyo ine Japan lo ke hapto dolaki study to le Japan lo Tokyo lo Hiroshima lo Second World Bomb skill. Iki akikaga ye atsape amugeti me. Layem goble in hibe. Akikiza atyan shkalo. Akikiza no tianu no kisirimi no bvilagami. Polo akikiza ameka zalki atyan shkalo. Timi khishikyo shkakelo. Timi joagchibokyo shkakelo. Tim pahavenchkyo shkakelo. Tim kutsavenkyo shkakelo. Tuhkeno. Tim laki kumsla. Akakumsu.
The Ghaspani Battalion of Assam Rifles under aegis of Inspector General of Assam Rifles North on Saturday handed over the newly constructed community hall to the village council of Khanoma village in presence of a distinctive gathering of social workers, villagers and elite dignitaries of the state. Notably, the community hall was constructed under AR Civic Action Program under the leadership of Major General Vikas Lakhera. It is to be mentioned that the community hall will be largely able to meet the aspirations of the people and facilitate the community to conduct regular meetings, celebrations and functions.
A very, very bright future. They are happy. They get opportunities.
The Pangti Village Community Hall was inaugurated by the Advisor of Horticulture and Border Affairs, Mangtung Yangtang, on Friday. Yangtang urged upon the village council to give due importance to the education and healthcare since the government may discontinue them if they were not given due care. He informed that due to non-performance and low enrollment of students, the government discontinued various educational institutions. The advisor encouraged the community to utilize the available rich natural resources as the Pangti village is globally known as the Amur Falcon capital of the world. He further asked the community to make use of the community hall for the prosperity of Pangti village. Yangtang assured the community of future development with their proper support. The fourth edition of late Bishop Abraham Memorial Volleyball Tournament will be kicked off at Wokha St. Paul's Parish on 2nd October and it will be continuing till 5th October. The tournament will be organized by Nagaland Catholic Youth Movement under the theme One in Faith and Action. The tournament is held in every 3 years in remembrance of late Bishop Abraham Alangdi Thil, who was the first bishop of Kohima Diocese. Deputy CM Y. Peton will grace the opening ceremony as special guest, while Transport Commissioner Elias T. Lotha will grace the closing ceremony as special guest. Bishop of Kohima Diocese, Reverend Dr. James Thopil, will grace the occasion as the guest of honor and will celebrate the Holy Mass on 3rd October. Total 62 teams will be participating in the tournament, comprising of 32 male teams and 30 female teams. The champion teams in both categories will carry an amount of rupees 50,000. Runner team will carry 30,000, while the third prize will carry a sum of rupees 10,000 in both the categories. Other prize category include best player, best spiker, best setter and best discipline team. The organizer also informed that there will be free medical camp for the parishioners during the tournament scheduled.
I'm the president of Nagaland Catholic Youth Movement, NCYM, and here with me are my colleagues from NCYM. Right now we are here at St. Paul's Parish. Actually, the NCYM, we are going to have a volleyball tournament in memory of our late Bishop Abraham. It will be from 2nd, it will go till up to 5th of October 2022. We're going to have a session where the youths from all over the districts of Nagaland, we will be coming together, where we will be sharing our thoughts, not only in the games but also bringing our faith as well as coming to know each other. And this is a tournament which is usually carried out in after every 3 years, and the venue it changes from parish to parish. And in addition to that, we're also going to have a medical camp for our parishioners out here.
From the sports committee of the Nagaland Catholic Youth Movement. Indeed, it's
Along with 9 districts of Nagaland, the central government also extended the Armed Forces Special Powers Act for 6 more months in 3 districts of Arunachal Pradesh. The Ministry of Home Affairs issued a notification on Friday regarding the extension of AFSPA, which will be in effect from 1st October. 3 districts of Arunachal Pradesh include Tirap, Changlang and Longlang, declared as disturbed areas for another 6 months. Moreover, areas falling within the jurisdiction of Namsai and Mahadevpur police stations also declared as disturbed areas. The step has been taken after reviewing the security of these districts of Arunachal Pradesh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the 6th India Mobile Congress at Pragati Maidan and launched 5G services in 13 cities on Saturday in New Delhi. In his speech, the Prime Minister stated that on behalf of the country's telecom industry, 130 crore Indians are getting a wonderful gift in the form of 5G. He further said that New India will not remain a mere consumer of technology but will play a major role in its development and implementation. Modi also added, saying that India will play a big role in designing the future wireless technology and manufacturing related to it. Earlier, PM Modi inspected the exhibition at Pragati Maidan. The 3 major telecom operators of the country demonstrated one use case each in front of the Prime Minister to show the potential of 5G technology in India.
आज देश की ओर से, देश की टेलीकॉम इंडस्ट्री की ओर से 130 करोड़ भारतवासियों को 5G के तौर पर एक शानदार उपहार मिल रहा है। 5G देश के द्वार पर नए दौर की दस्तक लेके आया है। 5G अवसरों के अनंत आकाश की शुरुआत है। मैं प्रत्येक भारतवासी को इसके लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। आज इंटरनेट का इस्तेमाल करने वाला हर व्यक्ति इस बात को समझ रहा है कि 5G इंटरनेट का पूरा आर्किटेक्चर बदल कर रख देगा। इसलिए भारत के युवाओं के लिए आज 5G
The Congress presidential poll slated for October 17 will now be one fight between Mallikarjun Kharge and Shashi Tharoor, as former Jharkhand minister K.N. Tripathi's nomination was rejected on Saturday. Congress Central Election Authority Chairman Madhusudan Mistry said a total of 20 forms were submitted during the nomination process and 4 of them were rejected due to signature issues. Mistry further added that Tripathi's form was rejected as the signature of one of his proposers did not match, while another proposer's signature was repeated. Earlier in day, Kharge resigned as the leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha, and a day after filling his nomination, upcoming Congress presidential election results will be declared on October 19. Senior Congress leader Mallikarjun Kharge tendered his resignation as the leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha on Saturday. Notably, Kharge filed his nomination for the Congress president polls on Thursday. Kharge resigned as the leader of opposition in respect to Congress party's Udaipur declaration of one leader, one post. Congress is holding elections for the topmost position, and yesterday was the last day for the filling of the nominations. At a time when JDU chief and Bihar chief minister Nitish Kumar's name is doing the rounds as the opposition's choice for PM's post in 2024, his deputy in Bihar government Tejasvi Yadav on Saturday clarified that Nitish has no desire to be the PM. Yadav, while talking to media, said that the veteran leader is extremely focused on getting the opposition together for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Tejasvi also shared that Bihar is working fine under CM Nitish's guidance. It may be mentioned that Yadav's remarks came in the light of several speculations of CM Kumar contesting the 2024 Lok Sabha elections from Uttar Pradesh's Phulpur. Meanwhile, on being asked whether Yadav has to say about him being the successor to Nitish, he replied that he has no such desire nor he is in a hurry for the post. The prices of commercial LPG cylinder in Delhi has been reduced by rupees 25.5 paise for a 19 kg cylinder by Indian oil marketing companies on Saturday. Notably, the prices of natural gases were increased by a record of 40%, with a global escalation in energy prices on Friday. The steep hike in domestic LPG prices has been a burden on common man as cooking gas rates have been revised 58 times in the last 5 years. A massive avalanche occurred behind the Kedarnath shrine in the Himalayan region of Uttarakhand on Saturday morning, with no damage or casualties being reported in the incident. Notably, this is the second time that the giant glacier behind the Kedarnath temple cracked in the last 10 days. According to reports, on September 22, an avalanche had hit the catchment of Chorabari Glacier, which is located about 5 kilometers behind the temple. Meanwhile, further details are awaited regarding the status of the yatra. Fourteen projects worth rupees 11,045 crores have been approved by Executive Committee of Mission Clean Ganga under the chairmanship of Director General of National Mission for Clean Ganga G. Ashok Kumar on Saturday. These projects include sewage management, industrial pollution abatement, biodiversity conservation, afforestation, riverfront development and decentralized wastewater treatment. Tibetan youth on Saturday staged a protest in front of the Chinese embassy in Delhi against China's increasing atrocities against Tibetans. During the protest, the Tibetan youth can be seen demanding a free nation, and they urged the Indian government to intervene in the matter. The youth protesters raised anti-China slogans and came with Tibetan flags and placards. Protesters accused the Chinese government of mass collection of DNA and demanded Tibet to be freed from China. It is to be mentioned that Chinese troops occupied Tibet in 1950 and later annexed it. Over 8 years after the historic annexation of Crimea, Russia on Friday formally added 4 more Ukrainian territories under Moscow's rule. Notably, Russian President Vladimir Putin informed about the annexation of 4 regions, Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson and Zaporizhia in the St. George Hall at Kremlin ceremony. Moreover, Putin claimed that the residents in the four annexed regions would now be Russia's citizen forever. Moreover, 30 people were killed and 88 wounded after a Russian missile struck a civilian convoy in Ukraine on Friday. People killed in the strike include an 11-year-old girl and a 14-year-old boy. India has abstained on a draft resolution tabled in the UN Security Council on Friday, which condemned Russia's illegal referenda and annexation of 4 Ukrainian territories. 15-nation UN Security Council on Friday voted on the draft resolution tabled by the US and Albania that condemns Russia's organization of illegal so-called referenda in regions within Ukraine's internationally recognized borders. Notably, the resolution failed to get adopted as Russia's vetoed it. Of the 15-nation councils, 10 nations voted for the resolution, while China, Gabon, India and Brazil abstained. India's permanent representative to the UN ambassador, Ruchika Kamboj, opined that India was deeply disturbed by the recent turn of developments on Ukraine, and New Delhi has always advocated that no solution can ever arrive at the cost of human lives.
By the recent turn of developments in Ukraine. We've always advocated that no solution can ever be arrived at the cost of human lives. We urge that all efforts are made by concerned sides for the immediate cessation of violence and hostilities. Dialogue is the only answer to settling differences and disputes, however daunting that may appear at this moment. The path to peace requires us to keep all channels of diplomacy open. India's Prime Minister has unequivocally conveyed this in his discussions with world leaders, including with the presidents of the Russian Federation and Ukraine. So has our External Affairs Minister in his recent engagements at the General Assembly last week. India's Prime Minister has also emphasized that this cannot be an era of war. We therefore sincerely hope for an early resumption of peace talks to bring about an immediate ceasefire and resolution of the conflict. India's position has been clear and consistent from the very beginning of this conflict. The global order is anchored on the principles of the UN Charter, international law.
The 8th edition of Women's 2020 Asia Cup started today with the high-voltage match between India and Sri Lanka. India defeated Sri Lanka by 41 runs in the inaugural match of the tournament. Jemima Rodriguez's 76 runs innings helped India to score 150 runs while losing 6 wickets. This edition of Women Asia Cup hosted by defending champion Bangladesh. The tournament is being played at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium in Bangladesh. The final match of the tournament will be played in 16th October. That is all for now. Keep watching Nagaland TV for more news and updates.
अरे तूने अभी तक कुछ किया ही नहीं।
अरे ये तो लो क्वालिटी टंकी है।
होशियारी मत दिखाओ, दुकानदार ने 5 साल की गारंटी दी है।
अरे 5 साल छोड़िए, इसका पानी पियेंगे ना तो बहुत जल्दी हम लोग पहुंचेंगे। अंदर का सरफेस प्लेन, स्मूथ और प्योर व्हाइट भी नहीं है। आप एक काम क्यों नहीं करते, निप्को ताज का एक टंकी लगा लीजिए।
लेक्चर बंद करो, लगाओ।